So today I'm going to be talking about the signs of autism that we saw in my son at a very young age. As I've mentioned it on here before, he was diagnosed with autism the day after his second birthday, which is very early. And everyone you talk to is going to say that early intervention is key. So it was great that we were able to get him diagnosed that young. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I am not a specialist, and just because I'm telling you what autism signs are in my kid doesn't mean that if your kid shows this that they're autistic. But if you are suspecting that your child is autistic, you should definitely go talk to their pediatrician. Sign number one was definitely that he wasn't talking. We went to his 15-month pediatrician appointment and he was already almost 16 months old and he had not said any words. And not that that's not normal, kids could just have a speech delay, but his pediatrician was like, hey, call early intervention, see if you could get him some speech therapy, but don't be too worried. So that was definitely the first sign that we had. The second sign was lack of eye contact. And this one was a little bit hard to understand for me because he would make eye contact with us, but the way it was explained to us was if it's only for a second or for a very short time before he looks away, then he's not really making eye contact. It's almost like if he looked at you and then you were still talking and then he focused on something else, that's not correct eye contact. So that was definitely sign number two. Sign number three, which was the biggest red flag for me personally, was that he wouldn't respond to his name. I could have said his name 50 times and he would not turn and look at me. At one point we even got his hearing checked because we thought maybe he couldn't hear us, but that was not the case. His hearing was perfect. It seriously felt like he was just blatantly ignoring us, but he would not respond to it at all. Sign number four was stimming, and we did not know that was what it was called at the time, but he would do these behaviors that just kind of made us wonder what he was doing, like stare at his hand and bring it up, which he actually still does, and hold his hand against the wall and walk to like feel it, and hold a toy phone in front of his face and just do this, all these just odd different behaviors. And speaking of behaviors, sign number five was repetitive behaviors. He could run back and forth over and over and over, and if we stopped him, he would get extremely mad at us. And it was the same thing if he was playing with a toy car or something. He would do the same thing repetitively and not want to be bothered. So again, I am not a doctor, but if your child is showing these signs or other signs and you suspect something, please talk to their pediatrician.